First item on the agenda is the review of the minutes of January 25th.
If your pen's not writing, it's got a little ball at the bottom.
It's red.
No, not this one, I'll trade it with. Here, mine's black. I'll keep
Let's
it.
go. Okay, so it has a long.
Yeah, it has like a, see what
We're
this
supposed
one?
to buckle up?
Yeah, I'll let it over. Does yours have one too, or do you have a trim? Oh, no, you have a different
That
one.
one's good either.
You know why? Because it has a point at the bottom of it. There we go, it's all set, see? A little thing to, there you go.
Any
Okay.
questions on the minutes?
I make a motion to accept the minutes.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Bills, communications, and warrant. We have two warrants to approve, one from December, one from January. We'll take them separately.
The really large one was for the siding project, just to let you know, because that one just stuck out in my mind. The $90,415 was a partial payment for the siding and shutters.
Question on check 7178, William Averlees.
Yes, he works for the New Bedford Housing Authority, and while Mike was out, he came in on a couple of emergency calls. So that was his pay for the emergency call. Also, 7179, she's also an employee of the New Bedford Housing Authority.
Make a motion to accept the December 21 warrant.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Just so you know, 7229 Hayes, that's our yearly insurance, liability, and other policies that we have through the Department of Housing.
Make a motion to accept January 22.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Director's report.
All right. So Mike's back. We all welcome him back very happily. He's doing part-time, but he should know probably next week when he's going to come back full-time. We did get all of the certifications done. We still have one tenant that we're waiting for the information for. We've been trying to chase it every day, so hopefully we'll have the rest of the research done. Everyone is done except one. Right now we have four apartments open. Four. Two are ready to rent. They should be leased up next week. One, Mike is in the process of finishing.
Next week it'll be ready.
And the other one is the handicap unit we have on hold because of construction. Mike and I are going to sit down, get everything together with that, and hopefully that will be done. That's our next project to work on. We're doing the bathroom handicap, we're switching over from a tub to a roll-in shower. So that's something we'll be working on in the next month or so to get done. Once that's done, then we should have a full house again. The other apartments have been on hold. We got a an exception from DHCD, so, because Mike was out. So everything's going according to plan, and hopefully we'll have everything leased up within 2 months with the handicapped unit. And besides that, everything in the office is going as planned. Nancy and I have been taking care of stuff. We're going to start reorganizing everything now that things are settling down a bit. So that's what I have on day-to-day activities. As far as new business, the updated construction report, the engineer did come out to find a few floors. We did get a list. Mike came out and probably added like 10 more things to the list. So they're gonna, the construction company's gonna come back out and fix the things that Mike pointed out that were wrong. What were some of the things, Mike?
They didn't finish some of the rake-ins, some of the panels are puckered, and I just found a lot of the doors have little gaps down at the bottom that they didn't fix. So.
Yeah, so the engineer did notify the construction company, and they are gonna come in and start looking at all the things that they have to finish before we have the full project approved. So that's it for the construction. All right, so we had given the board the information on the attorneys. I actually put their names again in your file. So as I was looking over the packet, I was, and I've also talked to a couple different housing authorities, my choice would be Morgan, Brown, and Joy. Only because if you look at the amount of different areas for legal that they cover, they basically cover everything. So, you know, whether it's tenant, it's employee, if anything ever happens with the board again, I believe that all their different lawyers and the different things they cover will only have to use them and not have to keep going to different lawyers. So my suggestion would be Morgan, Brown, and Joy, but I'm not sure if you guys read the packets and have any different suggestions.
Where are they located?
They're in Boston. Most of them are in the Boston area. And by choosing one of these lawyers, it does give us the advantage of DHCD backing us. There's so much money for our agency for certain aspects that may come up. I do think in the near future we are working on some issues that we're having at the Housing Authority. We may need some legal advice to carry it forward, whether it's an eviction or fixing some of the problems that we're having here.
So which one would you recommend?
Morgan, Brown, and Joy, only because if you look down the line of the services that they provide, there's just an extreme amount of services. So it seems like if we have any issue, they would cover anything that may come up within the authority.
Is there a special amount of money allotted just for legal services, or is that just the regular budget?
Well, yeah, so we used to have like an attorney that we would, like, if I had a tenant that had given problems, I would call them, they would come down. If we had to go to court, they would represent us in court. She's since retired and they decided to go this route, so they will cover so much of the expense. If there is a lawsuit, and depending which way it goes, we do have insurance, so we would be, like the housing authority itself would be, if we did lose some kind of a case that was monetary, the housing authority would have like a certain deductible and the rest would come from the account from the state. But as far as a lot of the services, they pay up to a certain amount. Yes, yep.
What's your pleasure?
Make a motion to retain Morgan, Brown, and Joy as the attorney.
And second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
So the next one, Mr. Racine and Steph and I have talked about quite a bit was the hours that I put in. I read the contract, and it does say that the board has the right to give the director extra hours for work performed. So I went back to July 1st of 2020, which was last fiscal year, and I put in the total hours that I had overtime, and it was 206 hours. 38 hours I have already been paid for through the electrical project, 10 hours I've been paid for through the 689 project, and I have an outstanding of 27.75 hours I've worked on the siding project, which will be voted at the next meeting. I'm just still waiting until the siding project closes. So with the 206 hours minus the hours I've gotten paid for, I have 130.25 hours that I've worked extra since July 1st of 2020. We were talking about presenting it to the board to get comp time. Reading the director's contract, it seems like we can do it. I'm asking the board if they, to make a vote on this, and I am going to pursue it. I do think I can get it. I have talked to the accountant, but to put the 130.25 under comp time, and if I can take it, I definitely will. If not, then I will just, let it go. But it is hours that I definitely have put in since July 1st, 2020. It only went till Mike left because the accountant did say for the maintenance stuff I was coming back for, I was getting paid for. So it goes from January 1st, 2020 to December 29th, to November 29th when Mike left, because every hour I put on in since then I have been reimbursed for.
The shoveling and everything?
Yep, I got paid for under the maintenance line item. And from here on in, if Mike's not here and I do have to come back, or I will definitely get paid for any maintenance things that I actually do.
Good.
Now, shouldn't you check with the accountant first?
No, I already did.
Oh,
I already did. It, well, I'll actually put my next discussion into this comp time. So last year, Mass Narrow, which supports the Housing Authority, hired a lawyer to for the directors and the board of directors of housing authorities, because DHCD has slowly started changing rules from the early housing authorities. And some of the rules they're changing, the boards and the directors feel like they have no right to change it, because a lot of the things they're trying to take control of is what the board of directors are supposed to be in control of. Our pays, comp time. I mean, the directors haven't gotten a raise in 4 years because they're stopping all kinds of raises. As far as small housing authorities, they're telling us we're on salary, but they're only telling us we can work so many hours. So we didn't go into the lawsuit in the last phase. Right now, they're waiting on a judge is looking at the case, and if he drops it, then it's just going to stop at that point. But if the judge feels that the board of directors from several housing authorities and the directors have a case, then it will go forward. I've talked to a few different directors that are involved in the case, and from what I tell them, what's going on here, they feel that if it does go forward, that we should join in. I did call the lawyer, and she said definitely if the judge says it's an allowable case, that we really should join into the lawsuit. Not only for me, but for further directors. They're trying to say that a director here should only work 18 hours. In 2022, it's not the same as 1973 when this place was built. We have programs, we have just software. Every day we're doing reports, and there's no way you can get that work done in 18 hours. And that's why I have so many extra hours here, because, and I'm not gonna lie, some weeks it is 18 hours, but most weeks it's 20 to 22 hours of just putting in work and dealing with tenants and just the construction. I mean, everything they do now, there's a program that we have to go in and we have to put all kinds of information in on top of everything that we're still doing. So, and just the fact that me being the director, I have 18 hours. In order to get a retirement, we need 20. So they're saying we're salary, but they're only paying us for 18 hours. And most of the small directors of housing authorities are the ones and small housing authorities are the ones who are being affected the most by this. So I think it would be in our best interest that we do join the lawsuit, because we just need to fight for the directors. I mean, some of the employees here have 40 hours, but the director only has 18. So, I mean, and listen, and I'm not taking away from anybody, because people who work 40 hours really do work 40 hours. Not that I want 40 hours, because I really don't, but I definitely could use more hours to do what I'm doing here, so.
It's long overdue.
Yep. It's been a long time coming.
As long as you keep working the extra hours and you don't put in from, they're never gonna change that 18-hour requirement or rule, because they're gonna think you can only get done in 18 hours. Because nobody's saying anything.
Yes, so Mass Narrow is actually paying for the lawyers, I believe, I'm not sure, I'll find out who the lawyer is, but the Mass Narrow is paying for the lawyers to represent the housing authorities, because Mass Narrow also believes that what DHCD is starting to do is not, it's not right. They shouldn't be overstepping their bounds like they're the board, because the board has more authority than Department of Housing, and they're trying to slowly switch that over. So, and we don't want that to happen.
So we need a motion on this.
The comp hours.
I'll make a motion with half hours.
And a second,
All in favor?
aye.
Motion passes.
So as far as the decision on the board, today was just a discussion about it. As soon as we find out how the lawsuit goes and what the judges say, if the lawsuit can't go forward, I will have to bring it back to the board with some paperwork to go ahead and join the lawsuit. And I really think for the directors here forward, we really should do it, because they should be compensated for all the work they're doing too.
Right.
So. And in the past, it's crazy, because in the past, every other director has had benefits and a full retirement. So I'm not sure where it changed along the line, but we're hoping to fix the problem. So.
You need a motion on it?
No, because it was just a discussion today,
Okay.
and that's all I have today.
That's it?
Yeah.
Should I have a motion to accept the director's report?
Motion to accept the director's report.
Passes. Maintenance.
Well, like Lynn said, we were working on the apartments. We finished up 2 of them, just tidying them up. I'm working on the 3rd, and just normal maintenance that's been going on. Nothing major.
Good. Motion to accept the maintenance report?
Motion to accept the maintenance report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now with no tenants here. Go, we have a date for the next meeting?
Yes, so March 17th, if we can start the meeting at 10:30, I don't foresee anything major on the agenda, just so we can get our regular meeting in, followed by the special meeting for the board to approve the capital plan for the fiscal years 2022 to 2026. That really shouldn't be long. We've spent most of our money, so there's only a few things going forward that will be on the capital plan.
17th?
Yep, that'll be March 17th, starting at 10:30, and then we'll do the special meeting at 11.
On the same day?
Yep, same day. It really shouldn't take long, because we don't have a lot of projects, so.
And any other business? If there is any, I have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We are now adjourned.